sound for real.
Do you have a speaker? Where is it? It's mine is connected to. Yee, I haven't set up.
It says yeah. I'm live.
Have you started it?
I'm live on Instagram and on what YouTube.
Okay. Is it the Mega Boom?
No.
Is it possible for someone to dash you a tier rubber SUV with free petrol for 1 year? Or for your boss to pay your salary 4 months in advance? Or for your landlord to give you 70% discount on your next rent? Is it even possible for a bus conductor to allow passengers enter without paying? Some things may be impossible, but on Quick Teller, everything is possible. Like shopping from over 100 international stores on Quick Teller Global Mall, paying your estate levy, toll gate fees, buying event tickets, funding your betting wallet,
You're connecting now.
paying electricity bills, school fees, buying airtime, everything.
They're gonna
Download
give
the
access to
Quick
this so you
Teller
can
app or
call
visit
from here now.
quickteller.com
Okay.
to make that
Good.
payment now. Quick Teller, everyday payments made easy.
I am Paul, and this is Smooth Breakfast.
Thanks, Bob.
Business Express. Brought to you by EnterSwitch.
Let's do this.
Transaction solutions you can depend on.
We are live. You're listening to Smooth 98.1. Business Express 91 is live. Rotus is here.
Good morning, Valentine. Good,
Good
morning.
morning.
To Lagos and beyond. And our guest, Fisayo. Can you hear me? Good morning, Fisayo.
Good morning, Fisayo. I like that.
Good morning. Good
Oh.
morning, Rotus. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Lagos.
Good morning, Fisayo. How are you?
Fantastic. Good to have him on.
Good morning, Valentine.
Yes, sir. Join the conversation with Fisayo and Rotus and Valentine on WhatsApp. Send a message to 0809 0981. And you can watch us live on YouTube. We're streaming live, youtube.com/smooth981FM Lagos. Please subscribe. Go to Twitter at smooth981FM. The hashtag is Business Express 981.
Yeah, and if you're on YouTube, you will see me scrambling in panic to connect by Bluetooth since it's Tech Friday. So we're going to get Fisayo on the line. Okay, Fisayo, we have to start with this. I guess one of the biggest stories from yesterday. Opay, they were trending all. It was number one trending topic on Nigerian Twitter much throughout yesterday. Speculation that they had shut down and closed shop in Nigeria. They then put out a statement. Help us out. What's your understanding of the Opay situation in Nigeria?
Okay, so I think it's one of those unfortunate situations again where money alone doesn't seem to solve the problems or to make your business the best or something. Because there are other factors to think about. So Opay, in the last couple of years, less than 2 years, I've raised 40 million, maybe another 100 million in between, so about $140 million to try and attack, mobile payments, ride hailing, and all sorts of verticals across the Nigerian consumer business space. I mean, for me as a person, right, I've always had challenges with consumer businesses because I think they're too expensive to run. I mean, e-commerce is a case in point, buying hailing is a case in point, right? And then the value is too small to justify such investments a lot of times, especially in Africa, right? Because the consumers cannot afford to pay significantly larger sums. Uber is still struggling to turn the profits, right? So after years and years of making revenues, that is, consumer business is always very difficult and delicate, right? But Opay has raised so much money to try and attack that same space, right? Building ride-hailing businesses, car-hailing businesses, and of course they focus on price as a major competition point, meaning that people are using their service because it's cheap. However, there's a sticky point, which is again government regulation. So Lagos State came up with their laws around limiting bikes and all of that. So suddenly, the bike-hailing business turned belly up, right? So basically, what they were saying now is that they have shut down or they have paused. That's the official word they use. They have paused some of those other verticals that they are focused on before. But of course, they say they are more diversified business, so their payment business is still going as expected. That has grown over 40% in the last 6 months. But for ride hailing, they have to pause it. For bike hailing, they have to pause that because maybe the operating environment is not conducive enough for them to continue those business at this time, right? So I mean, the statement sounded that they will be back, But again, it's a long shot.
Yeah. How much would you? I mean, the because they mentioned again, thanks for the summary. They said that they are pausing those other services. But how much would you attribute to the ban from Lagos State? Because the statement they put out, they mentioned the COVID-19 pandemic, they mentioned the lockdown. They now said government ban. I wasn't sure if that was a ban on movement or they were referring to the I think they were referring to the bike
Lagos
restriction.
State.
Right.
Yeah.
So how would you attribute, if you were to apply percentages, I don't know, would you attribute majority of that to, I guess, the ban, the motorcycle ban?
Yes. So I mean, before now, right, after the Lagos State ban, we've seen pictures of Opay bikes, right, in warehouses that have been idle for a long time, right? So I think the ban by Lagos State is dealt a major blow on that business, and I think it's quite unfortunate, right? So I think it's the ban on Lagos State by Lagos State government. Yeah, because of course Lagos State alone is the third largest economy in Africa, no, fifth largest economy in Africa. Lagos State alone. Right. This is an economy that is bigger than Ghana, that is bigger than I think Kenya as well. Right. So I think it's third on its own, right? Just behind Egypt and South Africa. So if a business has been taken out in the third largest economy in Africa, then of course you probably don't have a business, right? So they try to pivot, move to other tier 2 cities, Kano, Ibadan, Kaduna, but it can't compare with the kind of business you can do here in Lagos, So that's, for me, I think that's the first big blow that were dealt. But of course, I also think that other state governments are also worried around the use of bikes and the future of their cities, right? Most of them don't see bike in the long-term future of their cities. So the better, the faster you move away from bike as a medium of transportation, the better for you, right? Because government legislation would never be on your side. But there are other alternatives, right? So things around, their bus sharing type business. That attests to me as a way to go, because it just fits with the long-term view of a mass transit, moving many people at the same time, rather than moving one person per time, which is what bike does. Bike is more; it should be more for short haul trips rather than long haul trips, right? Lagos is trying to figure out, water transportation, and of course, bus transportations, right? These are verticals that could potentially be of great value, but of course, it comes with its own challenges as well. So, traffic, and all of that logistics issues to ensure that, yes, you're able to meet up with time. I mean, there are times that, your typical trip should take 15 minutes, and then somehow you hit the road and you're taking 2 hours to get there. Right, so it's just so predictable.
All right, thanks for that. Vance, have some messages.
Yes, we have a message here from Jonah from Isolo. It says, we cannot always blame the government or blame it on government policies each time a foreign investor suffers losses here. How about their lack of diligence and market research that could have uncovered the potential impact of regulations?
Jonah,
How do you predict that?
Jonah, I'm sorry. Thanks for your message, but I do not agree.
What am I saying? Oh my gosh, there are that's a lot of jobs going with that announcement. Even before the adverse effects of Kuro, the business environment has been very antagonistic with chokehold policies. Hopefully, in the words of Terminator, I'll be back.
Well, as far as job losses, I was talking to Val off air. I actually almost had the country manager of Opay on the show, but I talked to him earlier. He did say that they actually integrated some of those lost jobs into other businesses. So we'll see how that works out. Fisayo, we don't have 20 minutes anymore. It's only 15. So quickly, I beg. MTN, next story. MTN apparently has launched 5G in some select areas of South Africa. Your thoughts, please.
And I hear it's fast.
I mean, so yeah, sort of how I want to think about it. The world is moving on, and everybody is moving forward, right? I remember when mobile phones started 2G. I remember, I think it was when what's it called, Etisalat started, it was 3.5G. They were so excited about 3.5G. You know, and they advertised that like, yes, we are 3.5G, where every other person was 3G. We were just 0.5 ahead of it. But of course, at least we seem to be operating 4G technology here in Nigeria and Lagos. I think it's a bit more prevalent. But of course, people are saying that, guys, even 4G is not good enough again, so we're moving to the next level. And of course, when 5G is concerned, it's the race to 5G has been competitive and quite treacherous between the US and China and every other people trying to lead that 5G revolution, because they believe that the impact of 5G is unprecedented because of things around the Internet of Things, smart cities, and every other thing that they could lay out top of that, because of the speed and the connection and what can potentially be used within the 5G network. Yeah. So MTN South Africa is I think the second after Vodafone to try and launch the 5G technology in South Africa. And I think it's a step in the right direction. If you get it out, they have to manage the impact of the stories, especially with the rural areas around 5G's connection to coronavirus, again, which I don't think is a valid argument on any ground. But if your people think that 5G causes coronavirus, then of course you have to address that. So it's their responsibility to do that, not mine.
Thank you for that, Officer.
Gbenga's
talking about that now.
He said that Nigerian pastor spinning conspiracy theories about 5Gs in South Africa. I wonder if he will move away from there now.
Good question. Check out Timothy's message.
All right, Timothy says, greetings. On the issue of 5G network, what is the difference between 5G and satellite mobile devices?
Oh, well, it's the spectrum now. With regards to the spectrum and the range and speed and so on. MI
says the yellow company should start the 5G conversation here, not just with regulators, but also consumers. Many minds have been abused to its potential regarding the Internet of Things. The new normal needs this next generation.
And thanks, MI. Thanks, Benga, everybody. Timothy, your messages. The CEO of MTN South Africa gave a shout out to the regulator in South Africa. Said thank you for giving us the spectrum.
That was the
opening line. You gave a shout out to you. Sorry, your favorite topic, almost out of time. Facebook. Mark Zuckerberg has been forced to make a statement about the number of advertisers boycotting Facebook. It's grown to, like, I don't know, is it 200 companies now? Coca-Cola, Honda, every big company you can think of, Starbucks. Your thoughts? Go ahead, your thoughts.
They're losing money.
I mean, when you say every big company you can think of, there are only 200 of them, maybe 500. That's not every big company I think of. That's alarming, guys.
Okay, sorry.
Those are the big spenders.
Okay, so the point is that I heard that we'll have to cancel the game of chess again because it's the white guy that moves first. I also heard that what's it called? The game of chess will be cancelled for two reasons. Number one, because it has racist connotation, because it's the white guy that moves first. Yeah. And of course, it's the queen that's always protecting the king. So it also sexist in the approach. I mean, it's so irresponsible, guys. It's such irresponsibility everywhere in the world, right?
I like how your voice changes.
I mean, his favorite topic. I must give Fisaya one Facebook topic every time he's on.
It's just so irresponsible. I mean, I think we discussed the taking out of some of Trump's posts initially.
Yes.
And I asked a question like, okay, if someone says that Nigerians are corrupt, are they going to take down that post again? Are they going to suspend his account again? It's so irresponsible, guys. We can't look at this and say it's not targeting at people.
Oh yeah, wait.
It's targeting.
Oh yeah, less than a minute.
We have to figure that part out.
Okay.
But again, let's talk about the Facebook story, right? Yeah. Like I said, it is for them. It's about how do we ensure that we are fair to everybody and not just pan on this bandwagon around suddenly statues at the cause of racism in the US. Let's just take them down. It's just so irresponsible. Like I always say, after taking out the statues, what happens next? There needs to be systemic change, but all these things are just hand waving because people want to be seen to be doing something. We are we are doing this. We are not advertising Facebook again. That's what the companies are doing. And they'll be back soon. Like Microsoft said, we've seen this before. We'll see it again.
Exactly, that's what he said.
So it's just what it is.
Real quick, Benga Kamu says Facebook had it coming. MI says if you touch their pockets, they'll respond. Lastly, we're out of time. A hush puppy has been extradited to America from Dubai. Do you think the American? I think you see, I was convinced the Americans were behind this thing.
Of course,
because he's been doing his fraud for years. Dubai didn't do anything. Only when he now touched coronavirus money that they took him out. Fisai, your last comment. Go ahead on hush puppy being extradited to America.
I mean, it's a Nigerian, not an American. So it's not the American superbrand, right? Until you touch me, I mean, it's not my business because citizen is the one stealing everybody's money. I don't care. It's just citizen. But if it steals from me, then I'm going to deal with you. That's what.
But how do you know he hasn't stolen from you, Fisaya?
Yeah, exactly. How do you know he hasn't stolen from you? Valentine is asking, how do you know he hasn't stolen from you?
He's not stealing from me. I know
Debit alert, hush puppy.
All right, Fisayo, thank you so much. His Twitter handle is Iremo Fisayo. Follow him on Twitter. We appreciate you coming on and giving us your thoughts, Fisayo. Thank you so much. Timothy is safe. Go with 5G. Everybody, if you can get it. Everybody else to send messages. Benga, everybody, thank you so much for your messages. Val, thank you so much. And happy birthday, Judith. Judith at TV. Yeah, exactly. Happy birthday to Judith. Thank you all so much. I'll see you on Monday.
All right, bless you guys. Stay tuned to Smooth 98.1. Smooth Breakfast. Next up at 7:30 is Freshly Pressed 981.
Business Express, brought to you by InterSwitch. Transaction solutions you can depend on.
Some may say it's not possible to say possible throughout this commercial.